Welcome everybody, it's Goose the Grey once more with another one of Disciples ranked games that I will be casting here. Spectating is still disabled on the EU West servers, so I have to flee to an NA account and actually spectate a caster that I know that is currently on my friends list, and he's playing ranked games. It's nothing too spectacular, but it'll have to do, as right now I can't get access to any other good games. So we were a little bit late. About 3 minutes into the game, I will rearrange the champion icons real quick, and then we can get right to talking about what is currently going on. Let us see. There, I do believe that is correct now. Yes, it does look like it. So, looking at the two teams, we have Jax going up against a Renekton in the top lane. We have Vi playing against Trundle in the jungle. We have Mordekaiser up against the Kassadin in mid. Then we have Caitlyn against Lucian in that bottom lane, and of course Taric versus Leona is the support matchup. Looking across the different lanes, top lane still very, very even. Not much of a CS difference between the two. Both of them on fairly high HP as well. Then mid lane, Mordekaiser and Kassadin both on fairly low HP. Mordekaiser, however, does have double the CS of Kassadin, so he's doing pretty well for himself there. Started with boots, which is kind of uncommon, but I guess he wanted to move around a little bit quicker, and it does seem to be working out for him. Then, bot lane, we have Caitlyn up against that Lucian. Of course, Caitlyn already still pretty high HP, whereas Lucian already fairly far down there. And there's another Dazzle, another Piltover Peacemaker, and that shot there got him very, very low. The red team's bot lane here in a lot of danger, and that will give Caitlyn and Taric even more opportunity to pull a little farther ahead. So 22-17 currently the CS count there. The Mordekaiser is getting ganked. He almost gets it, but there's the flash out of Kassadin. Can Mordekaiser still pick up first blood? The ignite is ticking. Yes, you will get first blood. Just barely though. And the assist onto Trundle actually makes it pretty worthwhile for the red team. Actually, Trundle got the kill, and Kassadin got the assist. So very nicely done there, as now Leona's in a lot of trouble under her tower. She was exhausted, does flash away though. The Piltover Peacemaker picks her up. That's going to be a kill for Caitlyn. Nicely done there. Lucian had just gone back to buy. Leona was all alone under the tower, thought she was healthy enough, did get taken out there. So nicely done by the blue team, already picking up 2 kills. Now in the top lane, Jax is going to get away, and Renekton in a lot of trouble suddenly flashes forward, but not far enough, doesn't get under the tower. Vi going to be happily picking that one up. Jax getting the assist. So 3-1 all of a sudden in kills, and 1,400 gold advantage for the blue team in just a couple of seconds. Very, very quickly there. Kassadin picked up a tier. He wants to stack that up, but that means he did not get really any stronger at all. Mordekaiser was already ahead. Now Mordekaiser has that, Hextech Revolver, I do believe it is. Yes, it is. It gives him not only more ability power, but also the Spell Vamp. And Spell Vamp is the big thing you want on a Mordekaiser, since your abilities cost health. Now with that thing, he can actually sustain himself while doing his harass, and that's going to be huge for him over in that mid lane. And Kassadin has nothing he can put up against him. We can see this, 33 CS on Mordekaiser to 15 on Kassadin. Leona goes in the bot lane, but the blue team just turns it around, and already Lucian down below half HP. Caitlyn's still fairly healthy, but with those double shots, Lucian actually does a lot of damage. He has a double longswords as well. Mordekaiser in a lot of trouble, tries to pick up the kill onto Kassadin, but is that really the target you should have gone for? Maybe he could have been able to pick up the kill onto, Trundle, if he had focused that on him, but instead he tried to take out Kassadin. Did not quite work out for him. He got taken out. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Caitlyn was not able to escape that as well. But Leona picked up this kill, so it's not too terrifying. That's what happens, though. If the enemy AD carry comes back to the lane, and you did not recall, you can easily get taken out sometimes, especially by a lane like Leona Lucian. They have a lot of early high burst, and they really utilized that against Caitlyn. Caitlyn did not have enough HP, did not have enough of anything, and she's actually going back to the lane without buying anything. She still only got that Doran's Blade, and she just got out-traded. I assume she wants to wait for a BF Sword, but in this kind of situation, it's often better to pick up a Vamp Scepter, to pick up Boots and another Doran's Blade, something along those lines. A Pickaxe if you want straight-up AD, but don't go back to the lane with nothing. It's just not worth it time-wise, because it's going to take you a while of staying in the lane until you can recall, unless you die. And with Leona Lucian having 2 longswords on top of that Doran's Blade, dying is a very real possibility. Caitlyn was quite a number of CS ahead earlier. Now she's actually even with Lucian. So, a little risky there. Oh, the kill comes out in the top lane. That's going to be a dead Renekton there. Jack's going to pick that one up. He's pulling ahead here. With only that Vamp Scepter and the Cloth Armor, he was able to out-trade Renekton very efficiently, and now finally picked up the kill there. Took him a little while, but he made it count. Picks up a little extra gold, so that's going to be very nice for him. And he's going to push that wave into the tower, deny as much farm as possible. So we see Kassadin and Trundle moving down here. This is really what the red team right now wants to do. They want to get Trundle fed. They want to get Kassadin fed. Mainly Kassadin, because Kassadin with kills is terrifying. And Taric and Caitlyn completely out of position here. They're going to get turned around, and they still pick up a kill, though. Very nicely done, and Leona getting yet another one. Leona here, bloodthirsty support. Is this going to be the kill? Kassadin wants this. He needs this. Nope. It's going to be Trundle picking that up, and Kassadin stayed on the tower. He actually gets taken out. That's a 2 for 2 now. That was just a huge misplay. Trundle should have at least let Kassadin get that. But Kassadin, I do believe, was so out of mana that he couldn't actually pick up the kill under the tower there. No, he had plenty of mana. Then it was just not... Cooldowns weren't there. He was not able to pick up the kill, and that actually makes it a 2 for 2 trade with that gank. And considering the amount of resources the red team had committed, that was not a good trade for them. They lost a lot more than the blue team here. Disciple now in that mid lane, getting taken out by Trundle. Trundle doing so much damage. The ultimate comes out. Mordekaiser still very low. Gets out a little bit of a shield. Puts down the ignite. Trundle is going low here. Mordekaiser picking up the kill. Beautiful turnaround there. Just knowing what he can do. Confident in his shielding and his spell vamp. Does take out Trundle there in the end. And now with the ghost and the shield, he's even able to take away the rifts. As Vi is holding the mid lane against Kassadin. So Mordekaiser really doing a lot of work for himself here. 66 to the 25 CS in that mid lane. What's he going to pick up next? Here we have another little bit of an engagement in the bot lane. Blue team actually losing out on that though. Caitlyn not able to follow up well enough. And in the top lane, they go bashing heads yet again. Renekton already used that ultimate. Jack still has his up. Oh, Lucian, how'd you get so low? And now the blue team actually at an advantage. They missed the pult over Peacemaker. Still going to get taken down, though. But now Leona is chasing on to Caitlyn. Leona can do a surprising amount of damage. She does turn around, though. Is going to be picked up here as well. It's a double kill on Caitlyn. Nicely played. Just... catching out Lucian, he went very, very low all of a sudden. That's what happens after Caitlyn picks up that BF sword. Of course she's stronger, but you really had to pay attention not to get taken out. Now it is a 4-2-1 Caitlyn with a 20 CS, no, a 15 CS advantage over Lucian, and they're going to get this tower as well if they want to. Trundle is there to try and stop them, but they could keep pushing here. That tower already down to about half HP. So blue team here with a clear advantage, 9-5 in kills at the 10-minute mark. 16,500 to 13,200 in gold, so going to be pretty happy with that. Mordekaiser dominating the mid lane. Kassadin really not standing much of a chance there, especially after dying again in that bottom lane and not being able to pick up any kills whatsoever, despite trying to roam. It's just not meant to be. Now he's going to lose his middle tower. That's going to make it a little bit easier for him to farm for a little while. At least this Mordekaiser actually goes a deep with that shield. Does take about 3 or 4 tower hits. Doesn't even care. Now Trundle trying to get onto him. There's the ultimate out of Trundle. Is he going to be able to take out Mordekaiser? Mordekaiser still running away. When he has his cooldowns, he could get more shield. And Trundle actually turns around. Meanwhile, the rest of the blue team, after being able to push down in the bottom lane and Mordekaiser drawing 2 people in mid, they were able to pick up a very easy, very free dragon. And now they go back to the bot lane. Assault and Battery already has come out. There's the Vault Breaker now. Lucian solo. The culling came out, but it didn't really do anything. And now he's running under his tower. Luckily, that is still alive, so he's going to be safe for now. Another nice fight from the blue team. They are now 4,600 gold in the lead here. 9-5 in kills. And really just dominating this. Mordekaiser on his last back actually picked up the Sorcerer's Shoes and a Longsword. He may actually be going for a Hextech Gunblade. It's an item I haven't seen a lot on him. Generally, you see the Will of the Ancients very early, and then you move into something like a Deathfire Grasp, a Death Cap, a Zonya's Hourglass. You know, get a little bit of Spell Vamp, and then just go for straight up ability power and demolish your opponents. This time around, he's trying something different, but he has the Spell Penetration Boots to make his damage stick. And he's actually going around behind the tower and does manage to catch out Kassadin. Kassadin was confident that he had left, but Mordekaiser sneakily just going around from behind the tower does take him out and is now on the run, getting away from Trundle just in time. So right now, all the lanes really going well for the blue team. Mordekaiser completely demolishing that mid lane. Has more than doubles the CS of Kassadin at this point. 98 to 37. And there's nothing Kassadin can do about it either. He doesn't get items, doesn't get anything. It's Caitlyn here. May get taken out. She's very low. Was exhausted though. And Lucian is out of mana, so he's not able to follow anything up. There was the exhaust out of Taric instantly as well. So Lucian just turning around and actually takes a lot of damage from Taric still. Could almost dive this, almost turn this around. They're going to be pushing that wave, going to take out that tower, probably. Trundle gets caught in the blue team's jungle, but Mordekaiser's so low here, he has to be careful. Almost killed himself with his own abilities. He's going to pick up that big wraith though. Going to back off. Be happy to spend that money. Should have a nice chunk. 1,900 gold. He's going to be really happy about that. And look at this Caitlyn with 2,500 gold. After getting that tower now in the bot lane, and of course the dragon, plus a bunch of CS, plus a couple of kills, she's really in a good spot right now. And once she comes back from buying, Lucian will have a very, very hard time dealing with that bot lane. Meanwhile on top, Renekton looking to build that Sunfire Cape early on. Of course he's having trouble with the attack damage out of Jax. Jax going to be quite happily building his Blade of the Rune King. That's what he's looking for. Already has the Ninja Tabai as well to mitigate some of the damage. And look at this, he's just consistently winning out trades. He doesn't have that much of a farm advantage yet, but it's going to grow, and he's just going to become more of a threat to the red team. Kassadin now roaming up there though. Are they going to be finally able to get a kill onto Kassadin? They're moving on to Jax. Has Jax got the jump? The silence has already worn off, but he did not use the jump yet. Does look like they have nothing to chase him down with Kassadin actually going under the tower. Very bold here. The counter-strike could have caught him out. Good choice to back off there after all. Trundle moving around as well, and now Mordekaiser might be in a little bit of a tight spot here. Vi is coming around as well, so this could be a full-on 3v3. Vi going over the wall with the Vault Breaker. Now all of a sudden Trundle is in a dead run. The Assault and Battery came out, another Vault Breaker, and that ultimate from Mordekaiser might just be enough. No, Jax is jumping in, doesn't get the counter-strike though. That's going to be a flash. The ultimate still picks up the kill onto Trundle, but Renekton and Kassadin will manage to get away. That was a flash out of Renekton as well though, as well as a flash out of Trundle, and it's just not enough. Blue team picking up more kills, and now with 3 people up here in the top lane, plus that Ghost, they're going to be able to take this tower as well, making it 3-0 in towers. A nice 6,500 gold lead already. That's only going to grow larger and larger as this game goes on. We're only 15 minutes into the game, and already the blue team absolutely dominating. The Infinity Edge now completed on Caitlyn as well, so she's terrifying. The Hextech Gunblade is completed on Mordekaiser as well. The Blade of the Rune King will most likely be completed on Jax. He has 1,600 gold. It may not be quite enough yet, but it's definitely going to be enough soon. And at this point, really, you have to ask yourself, as the red team, what can we do to stop them? And it's get some kills onto Kassadin and contest dragons. They need objectives. They need to push lanes. They need to get gold somehow. And how do you get gold? You take objectives. And Dragon's gold reward will only increase as the game goes on. And towers are somewhat like a bank account. It's basically gold that is up for the taking whenever you choose to do so. As now actually we see a fight in the bot lane, 2v3. Tarek sacrifices himself almost. Caitlyn did not want to fight that, but Kassadin is so low they could have. The barrier comes out. They're not going to go for the kill there. There, finally, with a crit. She does pick it up, but she's so low. One more hit is going to finalize it. Both Tarek and Caitlyn on only one hit. Who can do it? Is Leona going to be able to get in range for the Zenith Blade? Yes, she will. That's going to be one kill. The Shield of Daybreak actually into the Tarek's heal. Not going to be enough to take out that one, but they did get one. Leona with a 3rd kill for herself. Very bloodthirsty here, but at least Tarek got away. And at least Lucian keeps getting the assists. So he's got a Phage and a Vamp Scepter. That is nothing. And Kassadin went down in that as well. So once again, he wasn't just not able to get a kill. He even got taken out once more, and he left the mid lane alone for so long that meanwhile Mordekaiser pushed that lane and is doing a nice amount of damage to that tower already. Goes off to farm the wraiths and comes back to the lane to keep pushing it. So Mordekaiser just in a commanding position now, has more than triple the CS of Kassadin. Just a huge gold difference in that mid lane, and it's not going to get better at all. It's now Vi actually going in onto Lucian. No support there to help him out, and she's going deep. The Assault and Battery was used. She has a Vault Breaker. There's no mana on Lucian to dash away. Barrier comes out. He does have his flash up, but the Vault Breaker is going to be going over the wall. Can she still get onto him? There's a flash, and the red buff triggers. Will she be able to pick up the kill? It does look like it right now, as she'll have a new Vault Breaker in just a couple of seconds. No, she's going to have to back off. She actually leaves him, but Mordekaiser fighting 1v2 in the mid lane again. The Rift Walk is going to get Kassadin to safety for now, but the dot is still on him, may still take him out, as Mordekaiser now battling Trundle in 1v2. He picks up not only a kill, but shoves the other one out of lane as well. And Kassadin, come on, I have to check this before he gets into the base, with less than 40 HP, he survived that. Just completely powerless against this huge threat that is Mordekaiser. We haven't seen him a lot lately, but in this game right now, he's just absolutely terrifying. It's going to be another uncontested dragon for the blue team as well. They're just rolling in the dough right now. Have so much gold for themselves. 30,000 gold And not even 18 minutes into the game? That's huge. And Caitlyn, 5-3-1. Mordekaiser, 5-2-0. 160 CS at 18 minutes. That's huge. And now Jack's going to be picking up yet another kill for himself. Don't believe there's anything that Renekton can do. There we go. The red buff taking him out. That's what happens when the Blade of the Rune King is completed. Mordekaiser, meanwhile, in mid lane, picking up another kill onto Lucian. He doesn't have anything to pitch against this terror. That is Mordekaiser. And Mordekaiser has a huge chunk of gold right now, if I counted correctly. About, yeah, 3,000 gold. And it's actually something that tends to happen when you just keep fighting left and right and left and right. You don't get a chance to go back. Meanwhile, Leona actually going in very deep here is going to get taken out for sure. Mordekaiser picking up a 7th kill on the game. Still only died twice. Caitlyn pushing in the second inner tower, and now the middle inner tower is going to go down as well. Blue team, this is going to be a 20-minute surrender. There's just nothing the red team can do. And if it isn't a 20-minute surrender, it's going to be something like a 22-minute win. Now, at the same time, Jack's in the top lane, pushing onto that inner tower, and Caitlyn in the bottom lane, still putting damage onto that tower. Mordekaiser, Taric, and Vi all backing off a little bit, but Caitlyn already has almost a third of that damage from that inhibitor tower gone. Of course, inhibitor towers regenerate now as well, if untouched for a long time. But if the blue team keeps up the pressure across all lanes like this, there's nothing the red team can do. They lost the top inner as well. So all of a sudden, it's 6-0 in towers, with a 14,000 gold in favor of the blue team, 16-6. And look at this. The only completed items on the red team are a Sunfire Cape and a Spirit of the Ancient Golem on Renekton and Trundle. And Trundle here in trouble, actually 2v1ing Jax, and Jax just takes him out, was exhausted as well, and still forces the flash out of Trundle with his Ignite. Now Caitlyn took out the bottom inhibitor tower with Taric's help, and in the top they're still fighting. Who's going to win out? Jax actually trying to get away, flashes, the Assault and Battery comes in from Vi, Kassadin still trying to chase together with Leona. Are they going to be able to pick up a kill? Why, spectator, why? Let me watch this action as they may set up a trap here. Both Vi and Jax very strong. There comes a counter-strike. Kassadin going very low, and they go for the fight. But the beautiful Solar Flare out of Leona actually saves Kassadin. Oh, that Mordekaiser picks up the kill, and here's going to be another kill onto Leona. He's now 9-2-0, and the blue team gets a double kill up there. They had to chase a little bit too long. Mordekaiser was able to make it all the way back, and the red team loses their bottom lane inhibitor. We are now at over 20 minutes into the game. They haven't surrendered yet, but I mean, at this point, it's just waiting for the bitter end. Mordekaiser is trying to take out another tower in this top lane with that Ghost of Kassadin. He's able to tank it easily without the minion wave taking any sort of damage. There is the tower, and Mordekaiser is still at full HP. There is a surrender vote. GG well played, 18-8, just a complete stomp at this point. 40,000 gold to 25. And this is not a matter of being outpicked or just making a single mistake. Every lane was completely outmatched, except for maybe Renekton and maybe Trundle. They were just sacrificial lambs, but the bot lane got dominated by Caitlyn. The mid lane got demolished by Mordekaiser, now with a death cap on that in there as well. And there was just nothing to be done for the red team. They had to give up. GG, well played. Just well done by the blue team as well, really. I mean, I keep bashing the red team, but this was really just a very nice play out of the blue team. They made all their advantages count, were able to take advantage of the enemy's weakness, made it count for themselves, picked up a win. Very nicely done. Anyway, I hope you liked this. I hope you enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter. The link will be in the description. And, of course, as I just spectated Iron Disciple, the 920 Mordekaiser, he's also a caster. And he does daily streams over at Twitch TV/Disciple Games, if I recall correctly. I will have the link in the description. And he uploads all his VODs to YouTube as well. Looking for feedback, of course, as am I. So please leave comments here, leave comments on his videos, and help both of us out become better shotcasters. So thank you very much.